The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Now Jackson on first down. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. To try again after the sack. Jackson eluding the pressure right. Got a man. It's Brown. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And this one complete to Seth Roberts. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Now Jackson being chased out left. This one complete to Ingram. A loss of 2 there. Second down. Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson. Now he'll pull it down. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. They go play action with Jackson. Rolling to his right. And his throw here's incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, but it'll be second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. Calling about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. On third down, Jackson. Flushed out right. And a throw there going to be incomplete. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On second down, it's Freeman. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And even 30 yards on a play that began back at the 30. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now they'll throw it with Ryan. Got his man, that's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. 15 yards, first down Atlanta. And that's the connection, Ryan to Jones, that this defense obviously has to key in on.
Certainly feels like they got the party started with that one, doesn't it? And when those two get in sync, it just scares the heck out of defenses because he can hit Julio Jones in a short zone, and he can take it the whole way.
The pass from Ryan complete to Freeman. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Ryan, he's got Freeman here. It's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down. They'll run here with Freeman. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Ito Smith, his first carry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
Check.
On 3rd and goal, Ryan. And that will be incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
They're not going to kick it. A chip shot, but they're going for it down 3 on 4th down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They're not going to kick it. A chip shot, but they're going for it down 3 on 4th down. They'll try and throw for him with Ryan. And that is going to be incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Ravens are going to get the football back. Well, folks, we gave you a glance at the AFC playoff picture. Let's talk NFC playoff picture. Bit of a shakeup because the Niners and the Saints game and then the Seahawks and the Rams. So San Fran back up to the top spot. Then you have the Packers who beat Washington moving up to number 2. The Saints with the loss, try to follow all this. They dropped down a spot, but it's a critical one as they lose that first round bye, and then we're still awaiting resolution on the Cowboys and the Eagles in the NFC East, CD.
Yeah, this is going to be a crazy deal because essentially San Francisco and Seattle had kind of been trading back and forth. And after Sunday night's games, San Francisco holds that spot. But remember, those two play Week 17. It could all be decided then. The Saints have already locked down the NFC South. They're trying to get one of those top 2 seeds, as you mentioned. But the race for these wild cards, Minnesota sitting right there holding the number 6 spot. They're a game ahead of the Rams, who are really hot right now. And the Bears, after whacking the Cowboys last week, they're hanging in there as well.
But as you're alluding to, I mean, Seattle drops from the number 1 seed all the way down to the number 5 seed in one day. Of course, a lot can change in the final 3 weeks.
And just think, a lot of people wondering, how does the NFC East get a home game by winning that division? This is going to be one of those years people will talk about reseeding based on absolute overall record.
Yeah, because it's not out of the question that either the 49ers or the Seahawks could be 13-3 and be a wild card team. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. Accelerating, and off he goes. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. And a great take him down. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. On second down now, it's Ingram. He's got a first down past the 30. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram, 85 yards. And the Ravens have retaken the lead. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let's go,
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
He goes full extension, and he's got it. 23 yards, the final tally.
I know retirement ceremonies, a rocking chair is often one of the major gifts, but don't give this guy one just yet. He may be plus 30, but my goodness, how about that effort?
Yeah, he's not that old. Hey, I'm on the wrong side of 32.
You okay? You feeling all right?
I'll be all right.
Okay, good.
I just need some chocolate and a box of tissues. On third down, Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley, as the first half is winding down. And the Falcons have once again taken the lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. This will be caught by Brown. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. Gets fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Patrick Onwuasor up to make the tackle.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Second and 8 at the 34-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Ryan. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing. Just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Ryan to throw. It's caught. Jones. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the 1st. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
That's me.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll run on 1st down. Freeman. Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman, 29 yards. And the Falcons push further out in front. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
16 yards on that one at a Raven first. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long. Here's Jackson to throw. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Dancing to his left. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now it's Ingram. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. And pretty good running, as he'll be close to a first down at the Falcons' 42. On 3rd and 1, Jackson flush to his right. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Clemson Tiger, Vic Beasley, reaches home that time. But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Here's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. He'll run it. There he goes inside the 30. And down to the 29-yard line. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. He's got it to Ingram, complete. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
Jackson. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Now it's Jackson. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down. 4th down, here's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's Desmond Trufant, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
They run. Devontae Freeman. Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Falcons push further out in front. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Give him 32 yards as we inch our way to the 2-minute warning.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Freeman. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Check 52. 22. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
Now Ryan. This one caught by Ridley. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 10 yards there and a 1st down for the Falcons.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late.
Jackson hit and he lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
On 1st down, it's Freeman. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
32-yard line.
Freeman again. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Falcons here as we say so long from Atlanta.